guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano, ready to go as always to answer your questions. Today, this kind of video to open the week. It's a busy Monday at the World Cup, a busy Monday on the market. As always, many things to tell you and to clarify. And so we are ready to jump into it together with many questions regarding players who are at the World Cup, regarding players who are already maybe out of the World Cup. Movements are always happening, and so ready to jump into it. Yeah, rumors returning about Aurelien Tchouameni, and it's coming from Spain this time. Why so many mentions from Spain about Aurelien Tchouameni? Because as I always said since mid-June here on the channel, for Real Madrid the only way to eventually consider signing a new midfielder, despite all the stories on Enzo Fernandez then denied by the club and also more midfielders, the only way is to sell some player.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to United Focus. And today we have got one of the most comprehensive midfield transfer updates of the entire summer for Manchester United. Missing out on Ederson and Fernandez has apparently convinced United to go all in for Aurelien Tchouameni. A brand new name from Chelsea has emerged as a potential option. Carlos Baleba wants United desperately, but the club has gone cold. Ederson's signing is still not officially confirmed for a very specific reason, and Jose Mourinho's stance on Tchouameni has been revealed, and it is a significant obstacle. This is a genuinely packed one. Let's get through every single detail. Now, here is a name that has come in today completely out of left field, and the interest is described as genuine rather than speculative. Sources have confirmed to Team Talk that Andrey Santos of Chelsea is open to securing a permanent departure this summer, with strong desire for regular first-team football, and crucially, willingness to join Manchester United specifically if the Red Devils make a solid bid. Santos is 22 years old. He joined Chelsea from Vasco da Gama in an £18 million deal back in 2023 and has found consistent minutes impossible to come by at Stamford Bridge amid Chelsea's deep squad and constant managerial changes. He impressed during a loan spell at Strasbourg and now wants a fresh challenge where he can be a central figure rather than a peripheral one. For United's interest, Santos possesses genuine versatility, capable of operating as a box-to-box midfielder or in a deeper creative role. After missing out on Ederson and Fernandez, the club are actively exploring alternatives, and Santos fits the profile of dynamic, progressive midfielder that Carrick is hunting. Standard Sport understand that Santos is open to leaving Stamford Bridge. Chelsea value him at around £50 million, and United currently lead the chase, with Newcastle also monitoring his situation. The £50 million asking price is the key number here. Compare that to £85 million for Fernandez, £100 million for Tonali, £85 million or more for Tchouameni. Santos represents a genuinely more affordable route to adding a young, dynamic Brazilian midfielder with significant upside. Chelsea are open to offloading fringe players to balance their books. Both parties appear aligned on the need for a fresh start. Whether Santos is the caliber of player that truly transforms United's midfield is a genuine question. But as an option between the elite dream signings that are proving very difficult to execute, this one is worth taking seriously. Right, now here's a story that has dominated the day. Because according to AS, the Real Madrid-leaning Spanish publication, Manchester United are now prepared to put a lot of money on the table for Aurelien Tchouameni. The framing from AS is genuinely significant. They are reporting that missing out on both Elliot Anderson and Mateus Fernandes has convinced United to go big for Tchouameni as the statement midfield signing Carrick's side desperately need. United are described internally as viewing Tchouameni as essential to their objective of recovering the ground lost in recent years. That is strong, decisive language. The fee Real Madrid would demand? At least €100 million, roughly £85 million, if they are to sell. And AS has noted something particularly encouraging for United fans. A positive atmosphere prevails between the club's directors. They describe the two clubs as having been on the same page for a long time, pointing specifically to Alvaro Carreras' move last summer as evidence of a working relationship between the clubs. The report even states that first contacts regarding a potential deal are expected in the coming days. Now, and we have to be completely honest here, Fabrizio Romano has consistently maintained two major obstacles throughout this saga. Obstacle 1: salary. Tchouameni earns a significant wage at Real Madrid, and United have already made clear to those close to the player that any move would require Tchouameni to accept a different, reduced salary. That is a notable ask for a Champions League winner and established France international. Obstacle 2. Real Madrid's position. Romano stated this week on his YouTube channel that United are yet to receive any green light from Real Madrid to go and negotiate for Tchouameni. No message from Madrid saying, "Sit down, let's talk." No signal of willingness to engage, just silence on the selling club's side. And then there is the most significant obstacle of all, which Team Talk's Graham Bailey has reported from his own sources. Jose Mourinho wants to keep Tchouameni. The new Real Madrid manager has made clear he wants the Frenchman in his squad for next season. Tchouameni is the only senior pure defensive midfielder in Madrid's current squad. With Mourinho aiming to challenge for La Liga and the Champions League next season, selling his only genuine holding midfielder would be, as the report describes it, unthinkable. So the reality check here is important. United clearly love Tchouameni. Romano confirms he has always been seen internally as the perfect replacement for Casemiro. World-class, elite mentality, exactly the profile needed. But between Mourinho wanting to keep him, Madrid not opening negotiations, and the salary issue requiring Tchouameni to accept a pay cut, this dream signing has enormous obstacles that are nowhere near being resolved. Could it still happen? In football, anything is possible. The AS report suggests a positive relationship between club directors and first contacts being expected. But United fans should temper their expectations here. This is a long shot that requires multiple things to go right simultaneously. Carlos Baleba wants United desperately. United have gone cold. Now here is a situation that is frankly a little bit complicated, and Romano has given us complete clarity on exactly where things stand. Carlos Baleba wants to join Manchester United. Full stop. Romano confirmed this directly on his YouTube channel. The Brighton midfielder is super keen on the move. There are reportedly loose personal terms already in place from discussions last summer. Ben Jacobs has noted that if United want to do this deal, they essentially just have to go to Brighton. Brighton are no longer asking £100 million for Baleba as they were last summer. Their valuation has dropped to around £70 million, reflecting what was a largely underwhelming 2025-26 campaign from the Cameroonian. But, and here is the critical update from Romano, United have gone cold on Baleba. At the moment, United have not returned with an approach or a proposal to Brighton. Romano described the situation as a little bit cold, with United seemingly prioritising other targets first and only potentially returning to Baleba if those bigger pursuits collapse. Now, there is an interesting debate to be had here. Baleba is a genuine defensive midfielder. He presses relentlessly, covers enormous ground, and had some very good moments for Brighton in earlier seasons. Some United observers have argued he could actually be exactly what Carrick needs in the holding role. A different profile from Mainu and Ederson, someone who genuinely protects the defence first. The counter-argument, which United's hierarchy appear to have currently accepted, is that his form last season was inconsistent. His performance at Old Trafford was genuinely disappointing, and £70 million for a player coming off an underwhelming campaign feels like questionable value when better options are being pursued. Romano's advice seems sound. If the big names do not work out, Baleba is sitting right there ready to go. United hold all the cards on this one if they decide to activate it. But for now, the focus is elsewhere. Ederson, still not officially signed. Here is exactly why. Romano has updated us with complete precision on the Ederson situation, and it is now clearer than ever exactly where this deal stands. His exact words on X: "No announcement has been done as the deal is not signed at this stage despite verbal agreement at €45 million fee since June." After initial medical in the US, Ederson has now left as Brazil eliminated, and Man United want to conduct medical in UK. This is a key step ahead of approving the agreement done in June with Atalanta, but still verbal. Nothing is signed yet. Brazil have been eliminated from the World Cup. Ederson has now left the tournament. The verbal agreement between United and Atalanta has been in place since June. The first part of the medical was completed in the United States during the tournament. Now United want Ederson to come to England to complete the official second medical at the club's facilities, which is the final formal step before everything can be signed, sealed and officially announced. So the timeline from here should be relatively straightforward. Ederson travels to England, completes the UK medical, signs the paperwork, and United announce their first official signing of the Carrick era. This should happen within the next few days once logistics are arranged. United fans, this deal is absolutely solid. Romano is emphatic about that. The only remaining step is a formality. Ederson is coming. Somerville, the left-wing situation continues. Quick update on the left-wing position. Crescencio Somerville remains United's #1 wide target at around £50 million. The Netherlands have been eliminated from the World Cup, freeing the winger to focus fully on his club future. Clarity on this deal is expected soon, with United having already held exploratory discussions with West Ham and Somerville's representatives. The Rashford situation, once resolved upon his England World Cup exit, will directly shape how urgently United move on Somerville. If Rashford goes, Somerville comes in as his direct replacement. If Rashford somehow stays, the calculation changes. The midfield rebuild at United has been genuinely difficult this summer after missing Anderson and Fernandes to rivals. But with Ederson essentially done, Santos as an achievable and affordable addition, Tchouameni as the dream being actively pursued, and several quality alternatives in the background, the pieces are there for a genuine midfield transformation before August. It just requires the decisiveness and execution that has been slightly lacking at the crucial moments so far. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss any updates as Ederson's official announcement approaches and the Tchouameni situation develops. Smash that like button if you enjoyed today's coverage and drop your thoughts in the comments. Should United prioritise Tchouameni despite the obstacles? Is Andrey Santos a good enough alternative? And what do you make of the Baleba situation? I will see you in the next one.